So this one right here. Okay, so this is best interest of child definition. Okay, like I said, this is custody exchange website and family law code. Okay, this is federal law code when making legal decisions for parents and for custody of children. And I wanted to go over this one real quick, which I thought was really important. It says show that you're willing to work with the other parent. Okay, and that's really important in California because the courts are always going to try to decide 50-50 is the best interest for the children, no matter what, unless it's a hostile or an abusive environment. And honestly, in this case, if you want to get technical, that's the reason why my ex-wife keeps saying that she doesn't want my kids around me and stuff like that. It's because she knows this law, and what she's doing is she's working against the courts and saying that she's not willing to work with me as a parent, and then the court should grant me custody of my kids. And she knows she's really smart. She knows what she's doing. She's been listening to me talk about parenting law and co-parenting, and she's trying. And I believe, honestly, in her life, what she's trying to do is point out the obvious, that these judges are making these decisions and influenced by financial gain and financial fiduciary responsibility. And she's not a part of the decisions anymore. So she's trying to make it as obvious as possible that the kids are being abused at her house, and that I should have full custody of our kids to get them out of the abusive situation. And Shasta County Superior Court judges continue to incriminate me and blame me and lie about me and keep my kids from me. So know your child's interest, okay? Now, this may seem like common sense, but this is really important when you're talking to judges and attorneys about your children, and because these judges, they don't see your everyday life, that you spend time with your kids, and they don't know the type of personality you are or your personal morals, beliefs, or values, okay? And it's really important to make a decision as who's the better parent or who's the better fit parent when it comes down to what's best interest for the children, okay? Now, it says show the court how well you know your child, and this could mean knowing their favorite color, what foods they like to eat, which extracurricular activities they're involved in. Bring crafts they made for you or photos as evidence to show how close you are. That's some of the video evidence that I'm showing in my Snyder and Few YouTube channels. It's really personal to me, and I value that. I value their gifts and crafts and stuff that they make at school. They're priceless to me. I keep everything, okay? So I don't like sharing it as much as I probably should to explain kind of the importance of knowing your child's best interest. But I think it's a huge part of family law case, but it's also a huge part of being a parent. And I think it's pivotal information in this case that my kids always make me projects. Okay, they always make me little gifts and me little projects at school, Valentine's, Christmas cards. Of course, they try to include their mother, but as far as like any little gifts that they make for a parent, my daughter especially and my youngest son are always making gifts for me. And that shows it would show the court and other people what's in the best interest of the children. And it would also show that obviously that my house and my their life with me is not abusive, and it's not corrosive to their welfare. Okay. And so when you go to court showing these types of things, I remember a court date back in 2020 that we had with Judge Burgess, and he asked us questions about the kids. It was point on, like it was right to the point, and he nailed it, And what he asked was simple questions about our children's best interest and what they like doing when they're with us. Okay, and each parent had an opportunity to answer the questions, right? And Kendra, my ex-wife, no, I'm not trying to say anything negative, but she failed miserably. she said they like kittens and pictures of kittens or cats and T-shirts of cats. You know what I mean? And like, and it was clearly self-righteous. Like it was her own likes and interests, and that she was projecting that onto our children. And in fairness, you know, Kendra loves cats and really enjoys cats and stuff, and the kids enjoy that as well. But it was her interest and not the children's interest. And then I was able to answer the question, and of course, you know, I knew all these things. I knew their favorite colors, what the food they like to eat, what they like doing at my house, their other interests that they had, and the video games that they were playing. I think I remember saying they like playing video games, and I believe that Judge Burgess asked me what video game, right? Like, well, which game do they like to play? And we had just bought like Red Dead Redemption or something like that, and we were playing that all the time. And I said, oh, the kids love playing that Red Dead Redemption because they love riding around on the horse and the, you know, shooting the guns and stuff like that. And I said we play it play it all the time. And it was clearly a proof in showing that I knew my child's best interest and that I was the better fit parent. And it was obvious to everybody in court. And it's sad that those things were overlooked over time. You know, behave in court. I think this is really important, and it's really important to understand the judicial code of ethics and the importance of these judges' responsibility to our communities and to our legal system. Because I honestly feel like, and especially in this case, I feel like people's behavior in court or in court proceedings is going to be a reflection of individuals' personal decisions. Does that make sense? Because like maybe a judge is not making decisions by law, or not using these laws to come up with the final decision or outcome of this case. And I believe that's what causes people to be disrespectful and interruptive in court. And I mean, that's just my personal opinion, but I think it's a huge indicator that, I mean, because like, you know, typically a person's not going to wake up in the morning and go to court or go to, talk to law enforcement or a judicial officer and go to court and want to be angry and act disruptive. I think that would be ridiculous to think that every person in the United States wants to do that. I think people get to a point where they feel disrespected and they feel like their rights are being violated, and that leads to disrespectful and interrupting behavior. That's just my opinion, though. But I do think it's important that you show respect and that you show obvious understanding and of the law and respect to the people that make those types of decisions. It's ultimately going to be in your best interest, and it's going to be negatively used against you if you are disrespectful or interruptive. It took me years. I'll be honest. In this case, it took me 6 years at least, maybe 5 years, to be disrespectful. And I'm only disrespectful to a couple of the judges in this case. I've always been respectful in court and say yes, sir, and yes, ma'am, or yes, your honor, or no, your honor, and speak very little in court. You don't want to get into a battle with your ex or start blaming people in court because that's only going to work against you. Okay, the judicial system is not your problem. You know, the family law system is not your problem. Child support is not your problem. The government, you know, is not your problem. The problem that you have is typically an individual or, individuals working together against you. Thank you. God bless.